Hi there, Internet. It's Anthony, and I'm about to do another reaction to The Walking Dead. So, this is season 4, episode 6, Live Bait. I guess they kind of broke the pattern that they were doing there with the I titles. But let's go ahead and see what all they're gonna have going on. Who's gonna be the live bait? So, let's get into it. Wow, so this is picking up right where they left off with them last season. So is this going to be an episode totally focused on the governor? I think gonna set itself on fire. Ha! Smooth. If that thing had gotten to him, was he even gonna stop it? They've been doing a lot more licensed music on this show recently, which and I'm assuming this is licensed. I'm assuming this is an actual song from somewhere. I haven't heard it before. Which, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess I kind of liked how The Walking Dead usually didn't go that route. But, not necessarily saying it's a bad thing. She came out of nowhere. Alright, well, he showed them that he meant no harm. I wonder what's about to come out of this new grouping.
You got a name?
I don't think you can go by the governor here, Philip.
Brian.
Okay, Brian.
Brian Harriet.
That's the name he saw on that wall, isn't it?
With everything going on, the attacks, the army going into Atlanta, he wasn't about to let us out of his sight.
When you think about it, that the whole army was rushing into Atlanta and probably other places to get these walkers under control at first, but apparently it didn't work because the walkers seemed to have won. But then, like, Rick and his little group be like clearing out entire prisons and stuff. I guess it just shows how good they are, or maybe since, over time they have more time to get acclimated and adjusted to how to kill walkers than the people at the very beginning. It's just crazy to think about.
But this here, I never counted on this.
Who did?
Hey, I got a buddy.
Except for that one guy that they said had a bunker. Tyrese and Sasha. The Tyrese and Sasha we're talking about.
He's got a... Look, I know you might not understand it because you don't got a baby girl of your own, but...
Oh, but he does. Well, did.
It might make my Megan talk again.
That was a bold assumption to make right there, man. Because oftentimes people don't end up in states like the one he's in for no reason. It's a good chance he's lost someone. Which we, of course, know that he has. This feels so sad and pitiful. He can't even walk because he doesn't have real legs, and now he's a walker. Oh, wow, so he killed himself. Now he's got a gun. They're going to get mad if they find out he has his gun, though. I wonder what they're going to think about that. And I wonder if he's actually going to try something on them.
It's your gun. You can have it back.
You need another one. I have this.
Tara was right. We should have frisked you.
I found it. Sister, she shot him in the body, but you have to hit him here. That's what killed him.
Why?
Just because. Like,
I need to ask
do I look like a scientist?
There's an old folks home. A couple of blocks from here. Even one tank would mean everything.
Yeah. Dang. It's like you almost be feeling bad for the walkers sometimes too. I mean, of course you feel bad for the people that they used to be. But even when it's just a walker that just wants to take a bite of some flesh and it can't because it can barely move, feel bad for it. Hey! That's a jackpot. That man gonna live forever. Gotta run. Uh-oh, it's getting intense. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing all this snarling. How many bullets are in that thing? What if one of them blew up? Because remember, they did kind of... I guess it didn't happen, but I was thinking they could have been foreshadowing that earlier when they were considering the idea of that guy's oxygen tank blowing up.
They're both full.
Nobody ever mentioned just how boring the end of the world was gonna be.
That's a good point. Like, above all, everything else, everybody's dying, you're fighting for your life. Then also you're just bored.
Why don't you watch my patient until I get back?
This might be rough for him. May remind him of his own daughter.
Tell you what happened to my eye, but you have to promise to keep it secret.
I promise.
Secret.
What's that?
Pinky swear, man. Come on. Yeah. E.T. style pinky swear.
I was trying to protect them, you know. Stop them getting hurt.
But you got hurt instead.
Yeah.
And they got hurt too.
Did they get hurt too?
Yes. So far, he seems to actually be enjoying hanging out with her. Maybe it reminds him of his daughter in a good way. And I guess he reminds her of her father in a way. Oh, is this dude about to die?
He's gone.
Oh, he's
I
dead.
think he's been gone a while.
Oh no, he's gonna turn to a walker. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Dang. Man, is that little girl going to be scared of him now? I kind of hope not, but it's going to be hard to take that in. Like seeing something like that. Oh, she's back to hiding behind the chair. Is he gonna burn the picture? Come on. No. Is he just burning himself out of it? Or is he gonna burn the whole thing? No. I'm such a sentimental person. I would never... It just makes me sad to see that get burnt. Even though I technically don't have any personal sentimental attachment to it.
I'm not really a cop. I mean, it's not a total lie. I was
She
in the
put up
academy.
she put up a good front. Guess makes sense since she was in the
Sorry I lied to
academy.
you.
It's just gonna take some time.
It's okay.
That sucks too. They had just built a little relationship and then now she's scared of him. What is she doing? Is she trying to do that thing where she rubs against him? Okay, yeah, she's definitely up to something. And I think he's with it. But those other two are right there. No way they're not going to hear this. The only way nobody heard that is if it was like in one of those videos that I've never seen, but you know, where the step siblings are like hooking up with each other on the same bed as their parents, and somehow the parents are just sleeping through it all. Yo. Hey, we gotta turn back.
Megan, come on.
Megan!
Right now, come on. Megan! Come on, Megan.
Megan!
Megan, come on.
Drake and Josh. Come on!
Right now, come on.
She hurt her leg at the worst time possible. Whoa! Whoa! Is that the hole that they dug? Oh my gosh. Come on. Get her. Oh my gosh. Oh. Is that gonna be good enough? Whoa! Is that good enough? Did he pull the brain from up? Like, stop looking, Megan! Oh my gosh! Okay, please think of this. Don't be scared. It's like you got a whole new daughter.
Promise.
Cross my heart.
Don't hope to die though. Oh snap. I was wondering what happened to them. Alright, cool. So this was an interesting episode. Pretty cool. It's one of those episodes where I feel like once you see where this is headed from here, and maybe a few episodes down the line or the end of the season, it'll really be easier to have a full picture idea of exactly what you feel about this one. Because I've always talked about how I like it when Walking Dead takes time to kind of sidestep a bit and have a more, focused episode that might just be, sort of one story straight through that's focused on a particular character or a particular idea or something like that. Like they've done in the past, like with episodes like Clear, which is one of my favorites. This one, of course, it was definitely a more focused, centered kind of episode. It wasn't as impactful for me as previous episodes of that nature on this show. But that's, like I said, only because I'm not exactly sure where this is going just yet. Like, it was cool watching this, I guess you could kind of call it a bit of a redemptive arc so far of the governor. Seeming to basically not rekindle a relationship, but start a relationship with this little girl, Megan, who sort of feels like a rekindling of his relationship with his daughter, who he lost. Like, it feels like she's bringing him back to that place where he was when he was just a father trying to protect his daughter. So the thing is, this show last season went to such great lengths to make this guy super evil. Like, of course, at first he was kind of back and forth. We were like, okay, well, he seems to be pretty crazy and messed up, but there's definitely, you can find some justifications in his actions. But then at the end of the season, he's just killing random people. He's just killing all the people in his town for no reason. And they didn't want us to forget that, because they picked up right back at that point at the beginning of this episode. Then they even had the little speech where he was talking to her when he was doing the chess game, and he was talking about how you can sometimes you'll lose a few soldiers in order to accomplish the end goal, or however he put it. So it's stuff like that makes you recall the governor that we saw last season. And even if that's not exactly what he meant in that line, because a lot of people might not necessarily mean something that evil in that case, but knowing his history, you think losing a few soldiers literally means just gunning down all of your people randomly. So it's like, as far as they took his character, it makes you wonder, wow, so are they really now about to basically try to do a redemptive arc and turn this guy around in the eyes of the audience completely? Is that what this was? Or is this the beginning of a more cynical tale, maybe the word would be? Because I feel like the governor, we can clearly see that this man is, deep down, he's a leader. He's somebody that does care about people. He's somebody that does feel a responsibility towards others and feel like it's his place to protect in some sense. So before he had his daughter, and obviously we didn't see him and his daughter interacting before she was a walker, but we saw what happened after she became a walker and the sort of stuff he started to do. It feels like maybe he took that protective attitude he had of her and applied it to the rest of this whole town, while also keeping her and trying to protect her and figure out a way that he could still be with her. And then maybe that had part of an effect on why he was doing all of the crazy, terrible things that he was doing, in the name of protecting this town and his daughter in a way. Then he loses his daughter, he loses his eye, and it seems like stuff starts to crumble, and that's where he starts to do the things that are a little bit less, ambiguous and are just more so straight up evil and crazy and psychotic. And it's like we're just watching him slowly just, turn into a broken man, even more so than maybe he already was. Now it feels like in this situation, we're starting to watch him rise back up again, meet another daughter figure in a way, and really seem to be a genuinely good person. And that's probably what he was before, maybe before his last daughter got killed. There was also the little romance kind of that seemed to be brewing between him and one of the sisters. Like at first I was like, is that what's going on here, when she was like blowing on his forehead and stuff? Then definitely we saw what happened in the truck. So that could almost be like the replacement of his wife. So it's almost like he's replacing that whole family, and he burnt the picture of them and everything. So who knows what that all could be leading to. So I guess that's why I'm like, is this just a straight up redemption arc, or is this maybe a bit more cynical and showing a cyclical nature of something that he told her at the end of this episode? He promises nothing will happen to her. So if something does happen to her, does that mean the cycle repeats? The cycle continues and he just becomes even worse and goes, I don't know. Maybe that's kind of what I'm hoping to see, or maybe not. I don't know. I guess I'm interested to see where they're taking this, because it feels like right now they definitely have an uphill battle ahead of them. They're just going to straight up redeem this character in the eyes of the audience. And I mean, just this episode, it was easy to like him. It was easy to root for him. Like I really found myself getting behind the governor and like, wow, I really like this guy right now, But then every now and then, all of a sudden it flashes through your mind what he did last season. And you're like, then again, I don't know. And I mean, I'm mainly talking about the things more towards the end of last season. Because like I said, the stuff in the beginning, even if you disagree with it, maybe there's some type of justifications you can make for it. But at the end, when he just was killing the people, nah. So I don't know. I guess that's just my main take on this episode. I got to see where this is headed. And then they didn't even get all the way back to where he was at the end of season, episode 5 of this season, where he was outside of the prison. So there's still more to be told with this sort of background story for the governor. I thought this episode, I had a feeling as soon as it started out on him that it was going to focus on him the entire time, but I thought it would lead us up right to that end moment where he was at the prison, but it didn't. So now it's a question of, when do we get back up to that point? Where are we in the timeline right now even? A lot of questions I feel like still remain to be answered from this episode in terms of everything I just said, where the timeline is, etc. So I'm just looking forward to seeing all that, and then I guess it'll be even easier to see what this episode meant for the overall arc of the season in the long run. So I guess those will be my thoughts for now. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And head on over to Patreon for the full uncut reaction way ahead of the YouTube schedule. Till next time, I'm Anthony. I'll see you all later.